Hello and welcome to today's Talk of the Town. I'm Sandy Benson. Since 1993, Trudie Lobban, founder of three nonprofits, Syncope Trust, Arrhythmia Alliance, and AF Association, has worked tirelessly in an effort to raise awareness, improve patient outcomes, and to spread vital information throughout the Lowcountry about syncope and heart rhythm disorders. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
What symptoms might you experience if you have an undiagnosed arrhythmia or a heart rhythm disorder?
You may feel palpitations, your heart racing, or in some cases with syncope, your heart beats very, very slowly and momentarily stops, so you experience fainting episodes, unexplained loss of consciousness.
And that happens quite a bit in the elderly population, doesn't it?
It does. It happens in the elderly, but it also happens of any age. Often young children, often misdiagnosed as breath-holding spells when in fact it's a heart rhythm disorder.
Okay.
And then people of any age, but then in the elderly, the most common heart rhythm is atrial fibrillation.
So what should you do if you experience, say, an unexplained loss of consciousness?
Any unexplained loss of consciousness, you should see your physician. You should have an EKG to rule out any unexplained heart rhythm disorders. Occasionally, symptoms of fainting can lead to sudden cardiac arrest, the #1 killer in the US.
Wow.
So it's important to have it investigated.
And so they say know your pulse. Why is it important to know and understand what your pulse is?
Knowing your pulse is the first symptom of whether you have a regular heart rhythm. Just having a blood pressure cuff tells you your heart rate, but not your heart rhythm. So if we get used to knowing our pulse, obviously if we've been out exercising, it's going to be going faster, etc. But really it's after we've been sitting for 5 minutes quietly, not just had any caffeine drink or anything,
Sure.
and get to know our pulse. And then we get used to whether it's irregular, or whether it's racing, or whether it's on the slow side. And if we make a record of this, we can take that to our physician and discuss with him as well.
What is a normal pulse?
Anywhere between 60 and 100 beats per minute that is in rhythm.
Okay.
So it's not going or all over the place. It's
Right.
when it's
a
in
consistent,
a regular.
It's a consistent beat.
Yes.
So what is atrial fibrillation and why is it one of the most common causes of stroke?
Atrial fibrillation, AFib, AF, it's much easier saying
Yes.
AF, is when the heart beats erratically. It feels like you have a bag of worms in your chest and it's just shuddering away and beating fast and slow and all over the place. It makes you breathless, palpitations, you feel exhausted. And because the chambers of the heart are not beating in a regular fashion, often the blood will form little clots. And those clots can travel to the brain and cause an AF-related stroke. And the most common cause of stroke is because of AF. And yet it can be treated. And most importantly, if you have any symptoms of AF, is that you're then given an anticoagulant medication to help reduce the risk of stroke. And then you go on to have treatment for the AF itself.
Understood. So what is the difference between, say, a sudden cardiac arrest and a heart attack?
Okay, a heart attack is to do with the plumbing of the heart.
Okay.
So often, you hear someone had a massive heart attack, either their arteries are blocked, etc. With a heart attack, you sometimes have symptoms. We've all been told about pains in our chest, tingling in our arms, etc. But with a sudden cardiac arrest, often there are no symptoms. It's the electrical side of the heart.
Okay.
And it goes into a potentially fatal arrhythmia, heart rhythm, and the heart beats extremely fast and then cuts out. And as we all know, our washers, if they spring a leak, we might get to the end of our wash cycle. If the electrics go, the machine is dead. Yeah. And that's exactly the same with sudden cardiac arrest. And sudden cardiac arrest kills more Americans than lung cancer, breast cancer and AIDS combined.
Wow.
And yet, with diagnosis or with the use of CPR and an external defibrillator, an AED, then you can bring that person back to life. And we campaign to have more defibrillators in public places.
And quickly, Trudie, if people are looking to manage arrhythmias or find out more information, treatment options, how do they go about doing that?
Please contact us. We have all the information. If you go to www.afa-us.org.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Great information. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And we thank you. We'll be right back with Talk of the Town.